Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Minecraft. I hope you guys all have a great day. Today is episode 146, getting ever so close to that 150 mark. Wow, it's coming up really quick, guys. So I wanted to talk just for a second to kind of follow up on that talk that we had the other day, where I said I wanted to make better content and things like that. And I got to like really thinking how the channel's come so far and just things like that. And I got to thinking, what do I do good? You know, like, to strive at something, you need to play to your strengths. And one of the things I have not been playing to my strengths is on how I make videos. To be honest with you, I really see myself as a more mathematical based person rather than an artistic person. I'm good at building and things like that, but you ever notice how I build? It's always, if I had to like label my building style, I would label it as a mathematical type of build style. Like, everything is very calculated, like all these structures and things that we build. I really feel as though a lot of my builds are very math-based, very structured, very technical, and things like that. And I have not been playing to that strength. See something like that over there. You see how it's a grid. That's math-based to me. Now, artistic is something like this fence right here. See, that is something that I am not very good with. That is something I'm very good with. And that is something that I have not been doing in this series or any of my other series, just in life in general. You know, like, my thumbnails are all over the place. I don't do annotations. And that's not Jevin. Jevin, if you guys don't know me, like, know my personal habits in real life, I am... I don't want to say it's OCD, because it's not like that. It's not like I have to do these things. I am just I like things in a particular order, you know? So that's how I'm going to approach these videos from now on. Starting with this book right here. So, every time we do an episode of any series, I'm going to try to incorporate this. This is episode 146. We're going to build a room to start the intros in. These episodes are going to get very structured, because typically I'll just record, cut. From now on, I'm going to try to do 2 things an episode. Whether that be some sort of redstone project or a build, and then so we'll do intro, first section, ad break, second section, and then the outro. That's a very technical, sort of precise way to do things, and that's what I'm the very best at. So if I should give you any advice for you, for like your YouTube channel, I would say play to your strengths. And that's what we are going to do today. So episode 146, we are going to be making an anvil refilling machine, and we're going to make an episode room. Let me explain. The anvil refilling machine is going to be for the enchantment station that we have inside of our hut there. Remember how we couldn't figure out or decide on how we wanted to do the anvils? Well, I have an idea for a machine. And then the episode room is going to be where we describe what we do for each episode. So we're going to have a starting point, and it's going to build from there. More, other things that I want to do more structured is like annotations, you know, better tags, things like that. That's all off camera. You don't worry about that. I'll handle that. So, to start this episode off, let's go ahead and start with this refilling machine. Okay, guys, so let's go ahead and knock off the first thing on our list, which was the piston refiller. So we're going to mimic our enchanting room over there, just on the ground here. So the anvil would need to sit in the middle, and there's going to be anvils stacked on top of each other, because if you don't know this already, the one major flaw to having a refilling system is this right here. This cannot work. That doesn't work. It just doesn't. It makes Jevin sad. So to make this work, we need to have like a super quick pause to release the piston to let the one fall down, but the one on top of it not fall down. So if we put a button maybe right here, we would need a redstone torch. Now, the way I know how to make pulse generators is very simple. You can also use these for other things too, like, for example, like T flip-flops, I think. With this right here. So I always want that to be extended. Now, what we are going to do is we are going to have a redstone come out, and then we're going to grab some repeaters here. We need 2 repeaters. I'm trying to figure out how I want to angle it towards this. Right there. I don't know if that's going to be a long enough pulse or not for that. So, put that there, put that there, put that there. And we'll leave it on 1 for now. And when I hit this button, see, that wasn't long enough. If I put a repeater here, I think that might mess the system up. I'm not sure yet. Hold on. Yeah, it's not long, like a long enough system. Hold on. I need to unlock that. Let's go for 2 ticks and see if that fixes it. Might even be able to get away with the redstone again. Okay, I think that will work. To quickly fix our test here real fast, we need to move this up 1 block. Actually, let me put it like right there. Okay, so I think this system right here will work, but with 2 ticks, and that is that little gadget that I made. That's just a pulse extender, or it's not a pulse extender. It's a pulse generator. It's like 1, 2, 3, or 4 ticks. It's a very common redstone circuit that is just used for making like super fast redstone, because the average time of a button is really slow. So okay, put those there. Now I should have just built this in the sky first. I apologize for that, but there we go. I actually need a couple blocks real fast. Let me grab some dirt. Okie dokie, artichoke. So we just need to redo the same thing. Blah blah blah. Put the block over here 1, so we have a redstone signal going there. You. So that's gonna pull that out of the way. Then we have our button right here, and then we have redstone torch, and this is where my dirt comes into play. Dirty. Boom, boom, boom. So redstone. You. Let's try. I think it was 2 ticks, right? Yeah. There. So if everything goes according to plan, that should work. Let me sleep real fast. I hate the mountains. They always block your view. Okay. So if we did this correctly, we should move that out of the way. Now, the only problem I'm seeing is that this piston is coming back too fast. So I think that's fixable with maybe 1 more delay. But actually, we could probably delay the piston by using a delay here somewhere instead, like right here. I'm going to remove this because I don't want that falling, because that takes damage. And I am going to replace that with a 2-tick repeater. Try it again. There we go. It's still too fast. It's really hard to see though. Like, it's, you know, I gotta really focus. I'm gonna try it one more time here just to watch this. I'm paying attention to this block. Yeah, that block is so fast. So what we need to do is let's go full delay there and see if this will fix it or not. We're just like wasting the durability of these anvils too. Okay, so I think full delay might actually break the system. That might not be a good idea. Once you get up there. Hold on. Okay. Up, 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 up. Yeah. Okay. So 3 delay then. Now it's not working at all. Wow. So that's limited to 2 then. Okay. Well, what I'll do is I'll put that there, break that, put that there, and then hope that that works. Yeah, the timing on this is like really, really important. If we want it to fall into the correct spot, it needs to be in the direct spot there. Why did that not come back to what we need? Why is that not powered? Yeah. There we go. Try it one more time. And just pretty much rip our anvils, man. Man, that's so fast. I don't know if there's gonna be a way around that, to be honest with you. We might just have to use the spot in front. Like, super ghetto-like, but... Because we are just wasting anvil durability here. That block just moves so fast. And I don't think there's a way to hold it back long enough without the system freezing to make it work. The only thing... You know what? Hold on, I'm gonna try something a little bit different here. One more try here. And if that doesn't work, then we'll just have to adjust for the system. I'm going to just move this to the side, put that right there. Do that. I'm gonna just use redstone signal instead of it being instantaneous. That might have been the problem. So let's hit the button. Nah, it's still too fast. Okay. I wonder if I put delay on that. No, I just want to watch this. Yeah, that didn't even do anything that time. Yeah, anytime you get delay on that, that doesn't work. Remove that. Do full delay. I don't think that would work. Okay, full delay might work. Okay. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and put this over there into the room, and I'll show you the final product. Okay, guys, I got it. It took a little while, but the timing and everything is perfect. I love it. It looks so good. So we have our enchant station right here. You walk up, get your enchantments ready, and so say you need to use the anvil. You hit the button. There we go. So all of the anvils, I put 4 anvils up there, and then I have 1 right here. And whenever that runs out, we'll just hit the button again. Simple enough, right? So like I had said, I was going to move the enchant station from over here to over here. I'm only going to put a few chests in over here. Is there still a piston up there? Oh, I need to get that eventually, but for now it's fine. I'm only going to put a few chests in over here, and that's just going to be book storage and lapis mostly. All of this other stuff that we have is going to go into storage eventually. So about that whole structured thing, I'm going to introduce... I've already been doing mid-roll ads on my videos, like during the video for a while, but typically I let them go randomly. I'm actually going to start inserting them myself so you guys know exactly when they happen. I'll typically say, okay, so we've done this, we're going to take a quick ad break or a quick break, and when we come back, we'll continue on. That way you know exactly when the ad's going to happen rather than it just popping up on you from Google. So I can control that, but typically I never did. That way we have beginning, middle, end. So we're going to go ahead and take a quick break. When we come back, we are going to work on the entrance room. Or I guess the episode room, or whatever you want to call it. Okay, guys, so now, according to our book, I wanted to make this episode room. What does that mean? Well, every episode we tend to start off in a different location. I think having one little nice little simple room would be a good start to, you know, each episode. And I want to make it sure it's the same size. Do I have torches? Fantastic. Okay, so I want to probably go about right here, I think. And this doesn't need to be like anything spectacular. It's literally just going to be a room for us to stand in and talk about what we're going to do during the episodes and things like that. So I feel like, whoa, dude, you need to put redstone in this room. And be like, whoa, dude, you need to chill, bro. You need to take it down a level. Let me sleepy sleeps. I've had so much trouble tonight recording this episode. Not in the fact that anything in the video is actually computer problems. My mouse broke. I was recording, and like as I'm sitting here, I actually think it probably should be scooted over one block. Anyways, I'm sitting here and like I'm clicking and doing my thing, and you know, all of a sudden, I just like I feel my roll ball, or not the roll ball, but the scrolly wheel. Button number 3. I feel that just like kind of unlatch almost. I'm like, what the heck? So like I scroll and so I'm like, all right, I've got an extra mouse, so had to go find the extra mouse because I have no idea where I put it. When Corsair sent me a bunch of gear right at the beginning of my time with them, I'm still with Corsair, but they sent me like 3 mouse, just, you know, just so if you ever have any problems. And so I'm like, okay, they sent me a mouse. Where should I have put it? And it took me so long to find it. And you know where I put it? It was on my bookshelf. And I didn't even think about checking there because I never put anything there, but it was sitting right there the whole time in front of my face. So then I plugged the mouse in, and my Corsair Utility Q, Corsair Utility Engine is what it's called. It's what makes everything RGB. It wouldn't recognize the mouse, so I uninstall the program, do all this stuff, and then dumb Jevin, I realized I plugged the wrong mouse in. For like 20 minutes, I'm like struggling with this thing. Like trying to figure out like why the hell it's not working, and oh my god. And so I plugged the right mouse in, but then the Corsair Utility Engine wouldn't recognize it, and I'm like, well, I wonder if I just close the program out. So I close the program out, it finally starts working, and so now I'm using a new mouse, which is the Corsair Saber. And it is very weird using a new mouse because you get really, really comfortable with with your setup. You don't have to typically worry about it because like I gotta be honest with you, the Corsair Saber that I had before, that thing is a warrior. It lasted for forever, and I could probably even get that replaced and repaired if I needed to, but it's not the point really. But yeah, so new mouse. I'm still trying to get used to it, trying to figure out what DPI I want to use that like my old one. Because my old mouse, I don't know about you guys, but I use like hella big DPI, like 1,000, like 1,500. There we go. So let me put this sign down. I'm gonna do today's. Should I maybe say objective? Let's say today's objective. There we go. And then I'm gonna use you. There we go. There we go. Alright, so this is gonna be our little item frame. So every episode, I will edit this book in Quill for a new episode. So for today's episode, I wanted to the anvil refilling machine. And there was one other thing I wanted to do today. I didn't put it on the list, but I don't know if I should name this book. Maybe we should name this book. I wonder what. I don't. If I sign it, will it change? Enter book title. If I sign it though, I can't re-edit it, can I? And it took me forever to get this thing to make this, by the way. Let's see. Episode objectives. Maybe something like that. Alright, so. Oh, you know what I should have did? I probably should have did a space. Like I did for everything on Hermitcraft. Oh no, you can see it. That's fine. Yay. Okay. So, awesome. Now whenever we want to, like, do something for the next episode, we can put it in here. So, say we're on episode 148. And the next, like, okay, well, maybe I should do this next episode. We can come and put this in the book as well. So that'd be a pretty good idea. We need to get a, so to start this, let's get rid of all this. It will be episode 147. So episode 147, when you put like a line here, will consist of pathway to episode room. And then other stuff, you know, whatever we decide that we're gonna... Oh, that didn't save. Do you have to... I guess you have to click done, huh? I did not know that. Do that. Pathway. I'm gonna put pathways because I want to do villager pathway. Like over at the villagers. And I want to do episode room pathway. So, this will give you some insight into what I want to do next time as well. So let's go ahead and put that there for now. I have no idea which one of these is the correct one. There we go. Now, one last thing I want to do. We need to go check on our villagers because it has been a while. Oh, so close. So close, man. So I hope you guys like the more structured and sort of reformats of videos. Now, the structure and format's really only going to apply to Let's Plays. Something like Map Pack 3, that needs to be recorded in entirety, because since we play on hardcore, it's very important that if we die, we get it on camera. So something like Map Pack 3 will probably stay the same. But anything that I can put time and effort into, I really want to start getting to a more structured type of deal. Falling in holes. Okay, so nothing there. They grew up. Let's go check and see if these guys live, because we've been playing the world for a while, so this will be a good test to see if all my villagers are dead or not. Alright, they all seem good and well. Fantastic. Alright guys, so I think that is going to do it for this episode of Let's Play Minecraft. Just a friendly reminder, if you enjoyed the episode, make sure you hit that like button. Otherwise, hope you enjoyed episode 146. See you in episode 147 in a couple of days. This is iJevin. Peace out!